So I've never really had a good relationship with goal setting. I've always found myself falling into a similar pattern of setting goals for the sake of having them and setting unrealistic goals that didn't really align with the lifestyle that I was living, the current state of employment I was in, and the dream life that I was really working towards. So I actually stopped setting goals for myself last year in 2025. I don't think setting goals for me has ever really worked, probably because I haven't done it in the right way. But me not having goals last year and going through the events of 2025 itself, and I did very much lose myself and just forgot who I was and like what I wanted to do. So 2026 really is just a reset. It's to unlearn behaviors, learn new perspectives, really just educate myself more in general and just find myself again and grow into a much better, well rounded individual. So, the way I'm approaching goal setting this year is really prioritizing less goals over more goals and just making sure the goals that I am setting for myself are in line with the current lifestyle that I'm living, the way I want to lead my life this year, and things that I want to do to develop myself because personal development is a really big thing for me. So, this video is really to walk you through the way I've set my goals and why I've set my goals the way I have because when I first say them, they might sound like the most generic ones out there, but it's really important to understand the meaning behind why you set those specific goals because that's where you learn to differentiate whether it is one that is helping you get to the place that you want to get to or if it's one that you've done because everyone seems to be doing it. I have set myself this goal because I feel like I have just stopped learning and expanding my knowledge in general in the last few years and have completely blamed that on having a busy life and not having time. I will say I haven't been much of a reader through my whole life. I think I read a lot during my childhood and my teenage years, but it wasn't something that I would love to do. I always preferred consuming stuff through watching videos, watching documentaries, watching things on YouTube. So it never has really been a priority for me. So I want to make sure that that's a big thing that I improve this year. The type of books I tend to read anyway are more mindset focused, personal development focused, psychology, marketing, business, finance. So these are the kind of things that align with what I'm doing within my career because I work in marketing and then also align with me building myself as an individual and just learning more about how the brain operates with mindset and psychology books, and then also just expanding my knowledge and forming my perspectives better. So I felt like this goal was quite realistic. It's attainable because I know that I can manage to read one book a month. And it just holds me accountable to actually begin incorporating reading into my routine, which is something that I've been meaning to do for a while, but just haven't. Hopefully, by the end of the year or within a few months, even, I will have a better relationship with reading. This is quite relevant to this channel specifically because this is my lifestyle and my personal brand account. But I do also run two other channels. One is for my dance career, so that's purely dance focused, and then the other is for a side project slash business that I'm building on the side. So I've said one video a month for this account specifically, but ideally I want that to follow through for my other channels as well. But I'm going to hold myself accountable to this account as a base. The reason I've set this goal for myself is because within the personal development category, I want to build my confidence and want to be able to articulate myself better when I'm talking and when I'm filming myself. I'm not one to talk on the camera. I've really disliked it for many reasons that I won't get into. But with the new age of social media and just everyone trying to put themselves out there, I think this is a great step for me to take because I really struggle with the fear of perception and the fear of being seen. And then also just be able to articulate my thoughts better. I feel like I have so many good perspectives and good thoughts, but when it comes to actually saying them, I go round and round in a circle, trying to get to the point, but I'm not able to. So this is going to be a very big like learning process for me, but honestly, practice makes perfect, and I have been doing this quite a lot in the last few months, and I've already seen a big change in the way I approach talking on camera and like voicing my thoughts. So it is definitely working, and I think it'll be a very effective goal for me in general. The other reason is to build my editing skills on the side. I'm not the best editor, but it is something that I have a lot of love for and a lot of appreciation for the art form. And I just want to expand my knowledge in that aspect and build my skill set. So, having a channel go out every month is something that will hold me accountable to actually putting my editing skills into practice. And the third reason why I've set this goal is to make sure that I actually hit post, because I have so many unfinished drafts, or I finished a draft completely but have just not posted it because I'm not happy with what I've done. I'm very big on feedback and analysis. So I need to actually post stuff to know what works well, what things people want to see more, what things that I want to see myself do more. And yeah, it is a whole process that I want to kind of nail down, because I can do it for my clients, but when it comes to doing it for myself, I just really struggle. And there's that whole thing that social media managers neglect their own social media the most. And it is so true. And I kind of want to get out of that narrative of things, because that doesn't serve me well in my marketing career. And I just want to prove that I can do it for myself as well, to myself. This goal kind of comes from the events from last year, because I really found myself in a constant spiral of negative emotions, not knowing where I'm going, what I'm doing with my life, and overall just really bad energy. And I think part of that reason was because I wasn't giving myself the time or the grace to actually appreciate the challenges that I went through, and the obstacles that I had to overcome, and even the things that I was achieving within going through those obstacles and challenges. So I've set myself this goal to really just make sure that I'm giving back to myself. And I'm not quite sure exactly how I'm checking in on myself every week, but to me, it's something that I'm going to figure out along the way, whether it be through journaling or creating videos, or just simply like talking to the camera, hitting record, and just again learning how to articulate my thoughts based on how I'm feeling and things like that. So I've broken this goal into like three components, because I think no matter what I'm trying to achieve with this goal, as long as I hit these three components, then I know that I'm going in the right direction in terms of how I want to develop myself. So the three components of this goal are reflection, redirection, and restoration. Based on the three components, the way that I'm checking in with myself every week is to firstly reflect. So within this, it's very much a brain dump of everything that happened in my week, and just kind of listing out all of my thoughts and feelings, pretty much an evaluation of how the week has gone. So that kind of sets the tone of how good or bad the week was, and leads me into the second component, which is redirection. Within redirection, I kind of want to follow the Kaizen philosophy, because I want to make sure that everything that I've done in the last week gets improved and is better for the coming week. Here, I would kind of look at my reflections and see what worked for me, what didn't, and what I can do to improve and make myself better as a person, and then also happier for the next week, and also kind of see where I can optimize my routine a bit more. I think this component is really important for me, just because I want to become better every single day, but no, I can't commit to doing like the whole 1% being better every single day thing. So for me to do it weekly and still be able to look at how exactly I can improve myself really allows me to focus on personal development and growing as an individual. And the last component, which is restoration, this component is something that I don't do enough. And honestly, the whole concept behind this is just to give back to myself and give myself the grace and celebrate my small and big wins, and just really be grateful for everything around me and everything that I am privileged enough to have and to be going through. Because again, I think last year could have gone much better if I had just given myself more grace. Like, it's a form of self love that I need to do. And I believe that is what's going to set me to have a healthier mindset, a healthier approach to tasks and other challenges that come my way, and also just make me stronger as an individual and just really strengthen my mindset in general, because I have had a lot of setback. So that sums up my goals for this year. Obviously, there'll be more smaller goals along the way, larger goals, like more generic stuff. But I think those goals are kind of self explanatory. I think these ones that I've set for myself, they're really just based on my experiences and what I know that I need to improve on as a person. So I'm hoping they keep me in check and just really help me be a better person because we all want to be better as people. And yeah, again, I just want to emphasize like if there's anything that I wish for you to take away from this video, it is to really just have the time to yourself, take a step back from your reality and your current life and just look at the place you're at and see if it is aligned and if it's making you happy, because I think it is so easy to get lost in the routine and the whirlwind of responsibilities, and you kind of do lose yourself to an aspect if you don't have anything to like keep you in check and keep you grounded. I think goal setting is a very personal experience and a very personal thing, so you should be able to do it in your own way and in the way that works for you. So don't let anyone on social media tell you how to set your goals and what goals to set, because that is very much down to who you are as a person and your lived experiences. I hope this video kind of gave a little insight into how I set my goals and like my process and approach to goal setting. I think I'm going to end this video here and just say one last thing, that is to do it for yourself always, because you're all that matters.